That thing is burning your drag. Let me stop for 1 second. Now go.
This week on Kentucky Afield.
Look how big that bluegill is.
It's a holiday weekend, and we're spending it the best way we know how. Fishing with family. Next.
Man, this thing's
How about
aggressive.
that?
Catching fish on topwater is a lot of fun.
A largemouth, what do you say?
We find ourselves in the boat with someone who's been doing it for years.
There we go.
Then, nighttime can be the best time for catching bass in the summer.
Here we go.
Got one? Good one?
It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Such a pretty fish.
Beautiful.
This pond is plumb loaded with frogs.
They're everywhere in here. Yeah, this is a good fish right here. Really good fish.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, boy.
That's a big rabbit. Nice job.
Yes!
Yes! My first muskie.
Mercy, Leo!
Yeah, look at it, it's a keeper.
Here it goes. Boom. Wow, that happened fast. Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. With many sports being canceled, it's given me and my family a lot more free time. And you know what that means? It's time to take the kids fishing. All right, hop down. All right, you ready? Here, Campbell, here's your fishing pole. Listen, these already have hooks on them, so be careful, okay?
Okay.
Campbell, can you get the crickets?
Yes, sir.
Let's walk down here and try out here by this big tree. You guys ready to catch some fish?
Yeah.
All right, we got all kinds of area right here. The fish are probably gonna be about 10 or 15 feet off the bank. Campbell, you kind of know enough what you're doing. You can walk around and cast, okay?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, these are fat.
Fat crickets?
Fat crickets.
All right, Leo, we're gonna put you you got a shorter rod and reel?
This I got. Yay! I
A
got the.
little bit shallow,
Daddy,
more
I got the
shallow.
biggest one.
You know what that has to mean,
A big fish. A big fish?
hopefully. You know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
When that goes down, jerk it, and then reel them in. Leo, you got a bite, go. Oh my gosh, you've already got one. It looks like a big one. That thing is burning your drag. Let me stop for 1 second. Now go. Let's see what you got. You got him, really.
Daddy, I got one. Daddy, I got one.
Oh my goodness, Leo.
Yay!
Look how big that bluegill is. Oh my goodness.
Can we keep it? Can we keep it? Can we keep it?
What has your sister got? What have you got there?
I'm not sure.
You have got a massive catfish. I thought you had the biggest bluegill of all time. You got a 10-pound catfish.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Reel it some more.
Get it up here, Dad. Get it up here. Get it up here. Get it, Daddy. Get it. He's off.
Hey, spit it out right there, huh?
Yeah.
Campbell, was that fun?
Yeah. I got one.
You got another one, Leo?
Yeah.
That's a big male bluegill.
That's a really big, Leo. Good job.
Tell you what, now that I see how big some of these male bluegills are, we'll just keep a couple of males and we'll throw all the females back.
I think I have a bluegill. Woo.
That's a good one, Campbell. Get ready, Leo, you got a bite. Jerk it, jerk it. You got him.
Whoa!
What do you think about that?
Got another.
None of them are small, they're all big. I don't know what you have, but that looks like a big fish. It's a bluegill. Look at that fish, Leo. This bluegill is bigger than your face, look at that.
And it's the size of yours.
I mean, these are just, you talk about catching bluegill as big as a pie plate. Look at that.
That is huge.
What a pretty fish, Leo. Shake him down. Hey, I've had a great time. This has been a great Father's Day for me watching you guys catch these fish. I'm ready for a taco. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. We got our fish in here and they're all filleted up. My kids love fish tacos because it's a little healthier take on fish and it's a great way to make a few fish go a long way. I start out by making my cabbage slaw. Let's get this cabbage started here. And I'm gonna cut this really, really, really fine. So there we go, that's probably enough. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour some really, really hot water on that and strain it out. I'm just gonna pour this on the cabbage and let it sit there for a few minutes. Like this. This will take the coolness and a little bit of the crunch that's a bit much, take that out. So we're gonna let that set. It will green up real well too when you do this. All right, while this sits here for a few minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and take the fish and I'm gonna chunk them. By chunk them, I mean just like dice them up. And this just helps them cook really, really fast and allows me to get a lot of seasoning on each piece. Doesn't get much fresher than this. Now, I'm gonna take the slaw now that's in this boiling water and I'm gonna go ahead and drain it. All right. Now, I'm gonna pour a little bit of apple cider vinegar in here. For about as much apple cider vinegar as I put in, I'm then gonna add cold water, just so it doesn't overpower it. Put that in there, and then pepper. And this is just a simple slaw that's really, really good with fish. Like I said, it adds a little bit of tartness. I'm gonna add some heat, and it just makes a really, really, really good simple slaw. And essentially, that's it. We're gonna let that set aside, and it'll be ready to go when the fish is done. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get an avocado sliced up. Avocado is obviously really, really good on fish sandwiches. It also is really good with spice. Tabasco on fish tacos for me is the way to go. It's time now to start getting this fish ready. I'm gonna put quite a bit of this Cavendiers on here. All right, I'm gonna put about the same amount of this Cajun shake here. And that's about it. This has salt and pepper and all kinds of spices in it. The next thing is to take this over and I'm gonna put it on there for 2 or 3 minutes. I like to put in about as much as I'm gonna put on a taco. Push a little olive oil into it, pull it up in there real good, flip it, a few minutes on the other side, and it's done. So while this is hot, I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese on there. I'm going to get a little bit of this cabbage slaw that we've made. Put it on there. Slice your avocado. Gotta have some salsa. And I like salsa that's got a lot of cilantro. Then sour cream if you wish. I like it just like this. Put a little bit of hot sauce on it. And that's it. It's about as simple as it gets. Put your slaw on there and it's ready to go. It's great served with a side of rice or black beans. And I'll tell you what, if you go out and you catch a few fish and you're like, I don't have enough to deep fry and give everybody a big mound of fried fish, try this. Your kids will probably absolutely love it. And it is fantastic. My kids' favorite way to eat fish. Really good. Summertime bass fishing usually starts really early in the morning, and for me, that means topwater.
I bought it in 1985.
1985. Is that the original
Yep.
motor?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've had it rebuilt one time.
Okay. And you're a man that spends a lot of time on the water, so thing's got some irons on it.
Been a many a fish put in here.
Oh, I can imagine. we go. Looks like you got a popper on there as well.
Yeah.
So where would you like me to stand? It's right here work for you?
Well, if it works for you.
It works for me.
Okay.
If I can work the outside edge, you can work the inside edge. That way we won't have to worry about hooking one another.
I just don't want to hook you.
No, I understand. Uh-oh.
There, you got him.
It's a spot.
Little Kentucky.
It sure is. I tell you what, this is the size on these super sharp hooks. You got to watch out, they'll hook you. Little spotted bass, you can tell. Get a belly on that joker. Little 10-inch fish. He's trying to be big. He thinks he's big. Try to get another one. Whoa. You see that?
Yeah, that's a jump there. Well, pretty good sized fish.
Here we go.
Get him hooked?
Yeah. A little better fish this time. Thought it might be a hybrid. It's actually not. It's just a largemouth.
A largemouth, what do you say?
A little better fish.
A dead one right there. That's a big old crappie. Well, I thought he was dead.
What, did he have something in his belly?
He'd have weighed close to 2 pounds.
Oh, here we go.
There you got him.
Get out of that trolling motor.
Well, that's another decent fish.
Yeah. This this thing's
How about
aggressive.
that?
I'm telling you what, he came a foot out of the water just to make it. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We're
What
good.
is going to happen here in a minute?
That was my fault. I stepped down here to try to get this thing in the boat. There we go. So, Mr. Denton, obviously I know you love to small game hunt. We've been on a rabbit hunt together before. And I know you love to bass fish, but you hold the unique distinction of maybe killing the very first archery deer in the state of Kentucky.
Right.
Because it was the very opening morning of the very first day of the very first archery season,
Yeah.
right?
I watched the deer about every day till season come in. In the morning of the season, it was real foggy. I was on the deer trails, hoping a deer would come along, you know. And of course, sure enough, well, here this, it was a spike. Here he comes. So I waited till he got down there and I said, well, I'm gonna shoot him in the belly because that's the biggest part of him. And when I turned that arrow loose, well, it went through his neck and cut that jugular vein there. And he run about 50 yards and went down. And of course, as soon as he went down, I went after him. That was just one of many deer. I killed 35
Is that right?
before I quit hunting. That was with bow and gun both.
Did you get you a turkey this spring?
Yeah, got one opening morning, but I didn't get my second bird.
No.
That's the first year I've missed killing two in a long time. I shot one 10, 12 years ago one morning. I was hunting out a little old place called Kenno outside of Glasgow. And I shot the bird, didn't kill him, and he took off flying. I watched him. He went right off over his heel, and then he just went down just like that. I said, well, that's where I'll find him right there. So I went over there, and sure enough, there he was standing, not laying, but standing on one foot. He had this foot up like this and standing there on one foot, looking straight down at the ground. Well, I walked right up there to him, close to me to you, and I thought, well, shoot, ain't no use of letting him suffer. I better get him out of his misery. So I just backed off, took my shotgun and made like it was a baseball bat. I come back and I whopped him upside the head right there as hard as I could. And when I did, he went and flew off. Got away. I was so dumbfounded, I didn't even try to take us another shot at it. I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, I whopped him as hard as,
Oh my goodness.
Hey boy.
Oh, you're going with a lizard.
I'll get one of these wizards out of here.
Yep. There we go.
I can't believe it.
We got a fish on. It looks like a pretty decent fish. The lizard come through.
It finally come through.
There you go. Let me get the net.
No, I'll just lift him over.
All right.
Whoa,
He's a strong joker, isn't he?
he's got plenty of power.
There you go. Nice job.
Caught one. Can't believe it. My first bass. I lived in Park City. I went to this pond, and the first cast, I was going to really throw it out there. And of course, got the office backlash everywhere. So I was there trying to pick that thing out and moving that little jitterbug out there a little bit. And there's a 5-pound bass come up and got it.
Really?
My first bass, 5-pounder. I got him in there, and I got on that bicycle and I flew to Park City. And I couldn't wait to show everybody in town. That ruined me right there.
Hadn't quit fishing since.
No.
Well, Mr. Denton, I can't thank you enough for bringing me out here.
Oh, my privilege.
I tell you,
I've really enjoyed it.
I have too, and I always, every time I come out with someone that's got as much experience in the boat as yourself, first off, I always learn something. And secondly, I'll tell you, you're very inspirational. I hope that I am taking my own boat out and fishing 3 or 4 days a week, just like you when I'm your age. You're still running beagles and small game hunting and fishing a few days a week. I know you like the frog gig, and
Oh, yeah.
you stay active, and that's why you're in such good shape.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
thank
I
you
like-
for sharing the boat with me and your
Yes,
stories.
sir. Really enjoyed it.
It's been a great time. Caught a few fish and had a great time.
Me too. Me
Thank
too.
you. If you don't like getting up early in the morning to go bass fishing, maybe you should try fishing at night. And my favorite technique is yo-yoing a spinnerbait. Well, Joe, you and I are out here tonight on beautiful Lake Cumberland doing one of our favorite things to do. That's bass fishing at night.
Yep.
So it's June, the water temperatures are getting up, where you see people swimming and skiing. Bass have already spawned out. How do you like to catch fish this time of year?
My favorite thing to throw at night in June is a spinnerbait.
Okay, when you say spinnerbait, there's a million different styles of spinnerbait. These are short arm spinnerbaits, right?
Yeah.
With a Colorado blade. And I'm also gonna be throwing one of these too. Now, we obviously have no idea what the fish are gonna start biting on. We got a
Right.
couple different things that we're gonna try. First thing a person may say if they're not a night fisherman when they look at these baits is, man, a lot of dark color.
Right.
It's not intuitive to throw really dark colors at night, but that's what the fish hit, isn't it?
Right. It seems like the darker the night, the darker the bait you want to throw.
We're gonna throw a little hair jigs, a biffle head. You put some form of a creature bait on here. Again, really dark colors. And also, just Texas rig soft plastics can work really well too.
Yeah.
Brush hogs, worms,
Right.
all of it can work. It's really what you got confidence in, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And that's what I like about June night fishing. It seems like they're a little bit more aggressive. You can kind of throw a lot of different things, As the summer gets going and August comes around, they kind of get deeper and more picky. So that's why my favorite time is June.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's find us our first point and go give it a try.
Alrighty, sounds good.
One tool in the box right there. We're setting in 38 feet. We're fishing really in the 12 to 20 range, right?
Yeah, we kind of want to stay out around 30. I mean, some points come out further, so you don't have to quite be out being 30.
Look at that shooting star.
That one's a good one. You don't see many like that.
No, normally by the time you go check that out, it's gone. That's the North Star. The South Star, we saw it just go by in a blaze of glory. Here we go.
That one? Good one?
You might want to grab the net. Oh, I bet he's a smallmouth because he's jumping. He's burning some drag. He might not be. There you go. That's the way to get started. Not even dark yet. Now it ain't not a real big fish, but you know what? We'll take it.
That's right.
I'm still throwing that bug because it's not completely dark. I'm gonna go to that spinnerbait here in a minute. So this told us something though. We know they're pulling and generating a lot of water between now and midnight. And this is about as sharp as a point as it's gonna get. So that fish was right dead on the point.
Yep.
So we learned a little bit before it even got dark. There we go. we got here? This thing's close to the bank. What we got there?
A little smallmouth.
Is it a smallmouth?
Not
It's a spot.
It's a good spot.
That is a good sized spot. That joker right on the bank just annihilated that on the fall again. That's a pretty healthy fish.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what, this is probably the prettiest bass of all the black bass species. I love the color in them. I mean, the white and the stripe.
They are pretty, but I'd still give it the smallmouth.
Well, you're a bit of a smallmouth snob like me.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll tell you, these things they're so fun to catch. What do you know? What do you got there?
It's a little smallmouth.
I knew there'd be a monster on that spot right there.
Actually, it's a spot.
Is it?
I couldn't see it, but yeah.
Those things are so aggressive.
They're real aggressive, but sometimes they like to toy with baits, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just keep hitting it, and
It's almost like they're not really eat it. They're just trying to tell you, hey, I'm boss.
Yeah.
Say one thing about you and your family. You guys definitely hang out together and fish together. I've been at your all's place a couple of times, and it'll be the dead middle of winter, and everybody in the family's there, and all of them are fishing.
Yeah. It's one of our favorite times to fish.
Yeah, oh yeah. Middle of the winter, the haunted household will be
Yeah.
packed. Everybody's getting in a boat and going fishing. It's kind of cool.
So he loves the night fish is my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad, he loves it. He's telling me now he's moving down there. I got to come over and fish some of the Saturday night tournaments with him out of Star Point.
I didn't know he liked fishing so much. Fish the nighttime stuff.
No, he loves it. That's the one thing he said, that he loves the BFLs and stuff. And he's glad I got into it, but he says he misses fishing at night with me.
Hanging out on the water, I'm sure it keeps you guys really, really, really close.
Yes. We actually all fished in the BFL series too together. So it's me, my dad, my brother Nick, and my brother Andrew. You know, we got a lot of friends like Adam and Brett and 4 other guys that we travel together. And we all made the regional last year, all of us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Here we go.
A better one?
This one's a little better.
Yep.
We got about 18-inch smallie.
You'd be close.
Let's see here.
He is probably 18.
It's not a bad fish.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a bass fisherman and you're in the middle of the summer, June, July, August, and you're sick of the traffic, you want to try to beat the heat, this is when you get out, isn't
Yep.
it? It's a lot of fun. Now,
Tie one of those on.
tie one of those on there. Obviously, he wanted it. Check that out.
Yeah.
Absolutely engulfed that thing. There you go. What a pretty fish. 19 inches. Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here's a really nice buck that was taken in Woodford County, a 13-pointer taken by Emily. Nice deer. Here we have Ben Harden of Bullitt County with a nice 30-pound flathead caught on the Ohio River. Nice fish. Sarah Jane Harden of Bullitt County showing us a really nice crappie, a 12.5-incher, caught at Taylorsville Lake. Nice job. Marine veteran Bernie Waters harvested this nice buck in Claremont County, Ohio, and he took this deer on Veterans Day. Nice job. Carl Abner here with a Clay County spike that he took with a handgun at 55 yards. Nice job. Here we have 6-year-old Paige Wiles who caught this nice largemouth bass at her grandpa's farm pond. Nice job. Here's an impressive buck taken by John Huff. This deer was taken on a family farm in North Vernon, Indiana. Nice buck. Kelly Stearman said she was absolutely ecstatic as she took her first deer in Garrett County. Nice job. Check out the smile here on 5-year-old Benson Fulkerson as he's showing us his very first fish he caught in a small creek near his home. Nice job. Dustin Hossinger got out and did a little hunting, and he took this nice buck at his brother-in-law's farm in Washington County, Kentucky. Nice job. Here's another one of those impressive Fort Knox deer taken with a bow and arrow. This is Bobby Best of Hardin County. Nice buck. Here we have an impressive 9-point buck from Laurel County taken by Parker McFetridge. Parker is 11 years old, and this is a really nice deer. Congratulations. Here we have Jaden Jones with a nice buck taken in Owen County, Kentucky. Congratulations. I hope you and your family found time to celebrate outdoors this 4th of July weekend. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.